Fáilte go Bunchúrsa Gaeilge. Welcome to Introductory Irish. Ceacht a Héan, Lesson 1. We're going to look at meeting people, ag bualadh le daoine, meeting people. And we'll also talk about mé héan, myself, mé héan. So ag bualadh le daoine, meeting with people. In Irish, when we meet someone and we want to say hello, we say Gia ditch. Now literally that means God be with you. That's how we say it in Irish. So Gia is the word for God. Gia ditch, God be with you. Hello. If someone says hello to you, then you reply by saying Gia ditch. Now literally this means God and Mary be with you. But it's just a response to hello. So Gia ditch. Gia ditch. Is Misha Róisín. I'm Róisín. Is Misha Róisín. Cé hosa. Who are you? Cé hosa. Could you antanyam atá art? That's another way of saying, what's your name? Could you antanyam atá art? And your reply then would be, Paul antanyam atá orm. My name is Paul. Paul antanyam atá orm. Tá sé jazz bualadh leat. It's nice to meet you. Tá sé jazz bualadh leat. If you want to ask someone how they are in Irish, you'll say, Gajé Maratatu. How are you? Gajé Maratatu. And if someone asks you that, you can say, Tá mé go moy. I'm well, I'm grand. Tá mé go moy. You can also say, Tá mé go bra. Tá mé go bra. I'm grand. Now, if you are asked that, you'll want to also return that and say, and what about yourself? Agus tú héan. Agus tú héan. Tá mé go moy. Agus tú héan. I'm grand. And you? And you might hear, Tá Misha go bra fásta, gur a moy hugget. I'm fine too. Thank you. So fásta is too, also, and gur a moy hugget is thanks. Thank you. Tá Misha go moy fásta, gur a moy hugget. Now, if you want to ask someone where they live in Irish, there's a couple of different ways of saying that. Call Cónaíort. Call Cónaíort. Where do you live? You'll also hear call to the Chónaí. Call to the Chónaí. Both mean where do you live. So tá mé mo Chónaí I Belfast. I live in Belfast. Tá mé mo Chónaí I Belfast. If you live in Twinbrook, Tá mé mo Chónaí I Gaeilge. I live in Twinbrook. Tá mé mo Chónaí I Gaeilge. If you live in Poglas, Tá mé mo Chónaí I Bolglas. Tá mé mo Chónaí I Bolglas. For Lagmore then you'll say Tá mé mo Chónaí I Lagmore. Tá mé mo Chónaí I Lagmore. And for Mount Eagles, Tá mé mo Chónaí I Grochanaillir. Tá mé mo Chónaí I Grochanaillir. I live in Mount Eagles. Call to the Chónaí. In Irish, when we want to say we like something, what we say is is moich. Is moich. Now, we've already met the word moich earlier when we said Tá mé go moich, for I'm well or I'm grand. So moich basically means good. Moich is the word for good. And to say I like something is moichlium. What we're literally saying is it's good with me. It's good with me. That's how we say I like something. It's moichlium. So the question, do you like something, will be an moichliat. An moichliat, whatever it is you're talking about. An moichliat cafe. Do you like coffee? is maithliam cafe, ní maithliam cafe. And maithliat and ceantar, do you like the area? And ceantar, the area. So if you've said, tá mé mochoni a ballglass, someone could ask you, and maithliat and ceantar, do you like the area? Is maithliam and ceantar? Or ní maithliam and ceantar? In Irish, when we want to ask someone, do they have something? There's no real verb for have as such in Irish, but what we are saying is something is at me. So I'll say, ta cupán agam. It literally means a cup is at me. That's how we say we have something in Irish. So your question is going to be, an will cupán agat? Do you have a cup? An will cupán agat? Do you have a cup? And your answer will be tá cupán agam, tá cupán agam. That's just yes, I have a cup. A cup is at me. If you don't have whatever you're being questioned about, níl cupán agam, níl cupán agam. So if I wanted to ask someone if they had children, I would say, an will páistí agat? An will páistí agat? Do you have children? And they could answer, tá páistí agam? I have children. Níl páistí agam? No, I don't have children. So an will blank agat? Do you have a blank, whatever you're talking about? So if you're asked, an will páistí agat? Do you have children? You could say, tá mac a bháin agam? I have one son. Mac is son. And to say one son, we'll say mac a bháin. So tá mac a bháin agam? I have one son. If you have one daughter, tá inín a bháin agam? So inín is daughter. Tá inín a bháin agam? If you have two sons or two daughters, we say tá beirt mhac agam. So the number comes before the word for son, from 2 upwards. The numbers can be tricky, and we're going to come back to the numbers later, but we'll just keep it for the first few for now. So I have 2 sons. Tá beirt mhac agam. We use beirt for 2 when we're talking about people. Tá beirt mhac agam. I have 2 sons. Tá beirt inín agam. I have 2 daughters. Tá beirt inín agam. So if you have 3 sons or daughters, you say tá trúr mach agam. Tá trúr mach agam. I have 3 sons. Tá trúr mach agam. If you have 3 daughters, tá trúr inín agam. Tá trúr inín agam. So, like I said, we'll come back to numbers later. I think 1, 2, 3 for now is plenty. And obviously you could have a combination of any of those. So you could say tá beirt mhac agus inín a bháin agam. I have 2 sons and 1 daughter. Tá beirt mhac agus inín a bháin agam. Or if you had 3 daughters and 1 son, tá trúr inín agus mac a bháin agam. Tá trúr inín agus mac a bháin agam. To talk more about the family then, the word for parents is taismhari. Taismhari, parents. Children we've already met, that's poisty. Poisty for children. Just one child would be poisty. Poisty. For a baby then, you would say either Lianu, Lianu, or Bobby. Either of those is fine. I would probably use Bobby for a wee newborn baby, and Lianu you could use up until they're, let's say, sort of toddler age. So Bobby, Lianu, and Poistia when they're a bit over toddler age. Brother and sister then, these words can be a wee bit tricky. They're similar, so just take the time to make sure you know the difference between the two. Brother is Jarahar, 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 and sister is Jerfur, Jerfur, Jerfur. Now your granda, you can call Dajo, granda, Dajo. Grandfather would be Shan Ahar. That's a wee bit more formal, Shan Ahar. For your granny then, Mamo, Mamo. And a wee bit more formal again, grandmother would be Shan Wahar, Shan Wahar. So we heard earlier on that Poistia is child and Poisji is children, but grandchild and grandchildren, we just put a wee word in front of the Poistia. So grandchild would be Garfoistia, Garfoistia. Grandchildren, Garfoisji, Garfoisji, Garfoisji. Cousin then is Kolkata. Kolkata. That's your cousin. Kolkata. Uncle and aunt are quite straightforward. Uncle, agus Auntie. Uncle and aunt. Uncle, agus Auntie. Agus is the word for aunt. So, to practice asking if you have any of these family members, and will Jarahar agat? Do you have a brother? And will Jarahar agat? Ta Jarahar agam? Níl Jarahar agam. Ta Birch Jarahar agam. Ta Birch Jarahar agam. I have two brothers. Níl Jarahar agam. I don't have a brother. Ah, ta Jerfur agam. But I have a sister. So but in Irish is ah. Níl Jarahar agam. Ah, ta Jerfur agam. I don't have a brother, but I have a sister. So, in Ceacht Dahéan, lesson 1, we've met plenty of new vocabulary. We've talked about ourselves. We've said hello, how are you? Fine. We've been able to say where we live and ask someone else. Cawl tú the chone. Cawl tú the chone. Where do you live? Tá mé mo chone mil farste. I live in Belfast. We've learnt how to say different family members and whether we have children or not, grandchildren. So the things to remember from Ceacht Dahéan, along with all your new vocabulary, is an moichliat, do you like? An moichliat, whatever it is you're asking about. An moichliat cafe, do you like coffee? Is moichliam cafe? Ní moichliam cafe. Is moichliam cafe? Ní moichliam cafe. How to ask, do you have something? An will, whatever, ugat. An will, cup and cafe, ugat. Do you have a cup of coffee? an bhfuil cupan caifé agat. Tá cupan caifé agam, níl cupan caifé agam. Tá mac agam, níl innin agam. I have a son, I don't have a daughter. There are some useful phrases I want to leave you with just before we finish ceacht the héan. Some of them you might know already, it'll do no harm to go over. Please in Irish, lid the hull. Lid the hull. Please, lid the hull. When you want to say thank you to someone, Gura Moigat. Gura Moigat. We met that earlier on. Gura Moigat. Thanks. Now if somebody says to you, Gura Moigat, thank you, your answer is going to be, Ganyana Waidich. You're welcome. Ganyana Waidich. Gura Moigat, Ganyana Waidich. If you want to say excuse me to someone, Go Malishka. Go Malishka. Go Malishka. Excuse me. Good morning then is Majin Wai. So we've met Moi already. Majin is morning. Majin Wai. Good morning. Majin Wai. Good night then. Iha Wai. Iha is night. Good night. Iha Wai. Iha Wai. When you're learning Irish, sometimes it can be daunting if someone speaks to you. Maybe they speak slightly faster than you're used to. If this happens, don't worry, it's fine. There are some phrases you can learn so that you don't have to break into English, but to let the other person know that you maybe not following. Ní higam, I don't understand. Ní higam. Ní higam. If you want somebody to repeat what they've just said, aber arishe. Aber arishe. Say it again. Aber arishe lid the hull. Say it again, please. Aber arishe lid the hull. If you want to ask someone what the Irish is for a certain word, you're going to say Gaeilge or cup. Gaeilge or cup. What's the Irish for cup? Gaeilge or cup. Today in Irish is inniu. Inniu. Yesterday is inye. Inye. And tomorrow is amwara. Amwara. So, inniu, inye, amwara. Today, yesterday, tomorrow. Inniu, inye, amwara. In Irish, to say goodbye, we say slán. Slán. Or slán go fóill. There's many ways to say it. I'll see you is chifimahu. 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 So that was lesson 1, ceacht the héan, Bunchúrsa Gaeilge. I'll see you in the next episode. Slán go fóill. Moishe.